right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. The honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel. Peace, blessings, salutations to those for elected is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening to this truth. All right, with heart sincerity. All right, may the blessing that should be upon your houses. All right, the topic of this lesson, all right, is a lesson I've been actually meaning to do, for a while, and it's pretty much going to the meaning of the word anomaly, hence the name of the page, GMS Anomaly, and through the spirit, I found this to be very, in other words, interesting, meaning for that word. I basically, if you ever seen the movie Matrix, every time they saw Neo, they always referred to him as the anomaly. It's like, oh, that's the anomaly. That's him. And right here, this is the definition for the word anomaly. It reads something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected. All right, and we, us that is in this truth, we deviate from the quote unquote standards of what's normal or expected in this world, man. Right? This world wants you to be, basically fully indulged and walking side by side with all the things that this world pushes and promotes, man. Right? This world wants you to be of this world, right? But we go against the grain. We are an anomaly unto the ways of this world, because we don't go the way of the world. We deviate from it, man. Right? We serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, right? And they hate us for that. They demonize for that. All right. And you see some of the similar synonyms or similar words. You see deviation. What was this one? A peculiarity, right? Peculiarity, right? And going to that peculiarity, you also see had that word right here. It says the quality or state of being peculiar, right? And let's get this scripture, right? And First Peter the second chapter verse 9 reads, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praise of him who hath called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light." All right, we are a peculiar people, man. The nation of Yasharallah is a peculiar people, a special people, man. Right? We are, like the scripture says, the salt of the earth, man. I'm gonna get that momentarily. That's why, all these other nations, they look at us to see what's trending. Look at us for the fashion. Look at us for the music. Look at us for the the innovations. Look at us for the the acting, the sports. Our people are, nation of Yasharallah, Jake is the ones that is at the the forefront, or the top, or the best of the best. They say creme de la creme, in other terms, of all these different avenues, man. Right? The Lord chose us, man, because we are a special people, man. Right? And especially us that is in this truth, us that gave up this world, that left the world, that no longer serve the world and forsake the world to come and serve Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. We truly deviated from the path of a lot of our people. That is, a lot of our people are following in this place, man. Right? So that makes us an anomaly, man. Through the spirit, we're spiritual neos, man. You can receive what I'm saying, man. We spiritual neos, man. All right, because we woke up to the truth, man. Neo woke up to the matrix, seeing what the matrix was, right? Really seeing, the world for what it truly was, man. And that is, how we are, man. We see the world for what it truly is, man. So therefore, we are an anomaly. We deviate from it, and we serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. Right? We live in a world where everything that they do they push and promote, and constantly try to pump down your throats, is things to pull you away from Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. Things to keep you in a 2/3 mindset. things to keep you to keep going off, man. This world promotes being a witch. They promote left-hand side things. They promote being a demon. They promote eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. They promote all types of wickedness, man. They promote going off in this place, man. So the minute that we deviate from that, the minute that we are no longer in tune with these things, we forsake the world. They look at us like, hey, what's up with this guy? This guy's crazy. You know, they start pointing fingers, start looking at you different, you know, and so forth, man. You know, trying to say you're the problem when reality, no, they're the problem, man. All right, you know, and that's something that you experience when you come into this walk, man. When you come into this walk, hey, you know, family might stop talking to you, friends might cut you off. All right, you know, your job might fire you. You know, your woman might leave you. You know, there's all different types of things, man. But hey, that's the cost, man. You know, because we understand what we are striving for, man. We understand the reward to come from all these things. All right. This is John the 15th chapter verse 18, and it reads, "If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you." Right? And this world hates us, man. Right? Because we are not of this world. We're not moving in the fashions of these people in this world, man. Right? Going back again to that word anomaly, man. You know, something that deviates from what is standard or quote unquote normal or quote unquote expected, right? This world expects us to be a regular 2/3 nigga, man. Right? It is quote unquote normal to be a demon in this place, man. It is quote unquote the standard to be a demon in Babylon, America, man. Right? But we deviate from that, man. We move in righteousness through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right. So therefore, the world hates us because we are not of this world. We don't move the same way as the people in this world move, man. All right. We're moving with wisdom. We're moving through the spirit. We're moving with the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. This is Matthew the 5th chapter verse 13, and it reads, right? I quoted this earlier. It reads, "Ye are the salt of the earth." Right? We are the salt of the earth, man. Everything we do, everything we touch, you know, it's the best of the best, man. You know, Jake make the best food, man. You know, Jake make the best music, right? Everything we do is the best, man. And when you put salt in something, that makes it taste better, man. So we make everything better, man. How we speak, how we walk, how we dress, everything we do is better, man. All right. Again, we stand out, man. Right? Right? That's why the Lord chose us, man. The Lord has a special place in his heart for us, man. Right? Get this real quick. Amos 3. Right? Again, going back to the Lord choosing us, man. This is Amos 3 and 2. "You only have I known of all the families on the earth," right? So the Lord only dealing with the nation of Yasharallah, man. Right? He's not dealing with these other nations, man. The Lord knows us. He chose us. He said what? First precept I brought up right here. Right? "You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people," man. We are a special people, man. All right. You know, especially us that's in this truth laboring to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that forsook this world, man. That gave up all the things of this world and chose to come and serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. You know, we got our people that's in the mindset of, you know, trying to build in this place, man. Trying to, you know, get a piece of the pie from these devils, man. You know, trying to be on the same level as these devils, man. When in reality, these devils is beneath you, man. Right? You know, a lot of our people got that mentality of a house slave, a house nigga, man. A lot of our people got that Stockholm syndrome, and a lot of our people are just full blown demons, man. You know, they receive the benefits, but they don't know Yahweh Bashem outside. They content with their quote unquote piece of the pie that these devils is giving them, man. Right? So they walk in tune, right? They walk in line according to, you know, the quote unquote standards and normal things of this world, you know, in order to receive these things, man. But we don't care about that. That's why we deviate from it, man. And they hate us for that. This is Psalms 147, verse 19. Salakia. It's Jay still coming trying to get over this code I had. It reads, verse 19 reads, he sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, right? So the Lord, again, the Lord only is dealing with the nation Yasharallah. He chose the nation Yasharallah. That's the only nation he chose, right? We are a peculiar people, the salt of the earth, man, right? We are, us that is in this truth laboring, we are an anomaly to the norms of what's quote unquote expected and promoted in this world, man. We go against the grain, right? We hate wickedness, man. We love righteousness, right? In a world that loves wickedness and hates righteousness, man. So us being in the mindset of hating wickedness and loving righteousness and truly standing up for what's written in scriptures, we are demonized. We are looked at as, again, an anomaly. Like, what's wrong with this black guy? Why isn't he jigging and jiving? Why isn't he smiling, right? That's the mindset of these devils, man. They expect, so-called black men to to be in a puppy dog state, man. Yes, master. But when they see not getting that from us, they like, hold on, what's wrong with this guy? This also, I'm gonna close out real quick, but this also reminds me of a movie. It's called Equilibrium. Came out 2002. I believe it was had Christian Bale in it. Good watch, man. It's actually spiritual too. But everybody that went against the grain, right? Everybody that was, if you were a person that was different from everybody else, I don't want to spoil it, but if you were different from everybody else, they would put you to death, man. So you had to be in line in order to blend in. But the minute that you were, an anomaly or deviated from the norms of that society, they'll put you to death, man. Right? You get demonized, man. Hey, and we are already getting demonized, man. Persecution is gonna come. We already know this. The Lord already put us on game, pre-warned us already of what's to come, man. We already know that, some of us are gonna be martyrs for the Lord's sake, man. And if that's our lot, hey, so be it, man. Right? Scripture says first dead are gonna be the first risen, man. All right. But hey, I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Just a quick lesson, just on that word anomaly. But Lord, when the source edifying to the elect of Israel. With that being said, I'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. That belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Well, peace, blessings, salutations to the elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth with our sincerity. Until next time, shalom, in the ball, Kwame Sharala, shalom.